number 17, Caitlin Milkey.
We're here at the Norristown Area High School girls varsity softball game here. It's a cloudy afternoon in April, and the game has just gotten underway. In just a few moments, Melissa King will be joining us for our regular commentary. Our pitcher today is Brianna Kennedy, who just struck out the first batter from our opposing team.
Number 18, Sarah Shunder.
Currently at bat is Sarah Shunder. Kennedy is coming off of a win yesterday against PW, 13-0. She's had a few wild pitches over the past two batters. And that's a third strike, and that's 2 outs in the first inning.
Up to bat, shortstop number 27, Madalena Ganeo.
That ball is hit foul. And it's a pop fly out into center field. Nope, it's caught by our second baseman. And that will end the first half of the first inning. We'll be back with Melissa King and the remainder of the game in just a few moments.
And we're back for the bottom of the first in this game. That is the Norristown Eagles against the Upper Merion Vikings. Leading off for Norristown is the second baseman, Steph Dinolfi. Pitch 1 is a ball. Pitch 2 is a ball. Pitch 3, she fouls back for strike 1. The count is 2-1. Next pitch comes in high. The count is 3-1 with no outs. Strike two. There's now a full count on the batter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There are no outs here in the bottom of the first. She looks at the next pitch for a walk. There's now a runner on first with no outs in the bottom of the first. Batting next is the first baseman, Sarah Rossetti.
Base number 1, Sarah Rossetti.
And the runner goes. She is safe at second as the ball gets away from the shortstop. There's now a runner on second with no outs. She bunts. It's called a dead ball from rolling foul. Runner returns to second. The count is 1-1 with no outs. It's popped up back to the catcher. The count is now 1-2. She looks at the next pitch for a ball. Next pitch is a little outside. She hits it to the shortstop. There's nothing she can do with it. The runner is safe at first. There are now runners at first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Batting next is the pitcher, Brianna Kennedy. She shows bump but pulls back. Pitches a ball. The count is 1-0. She shows bunt at the next pitch and offer, so the count is now 1-1. Coach McCarthy would instruct the batter to bunt in this case in order to move the runners. It's called a sacrifice bunt as she bunts it to third. The ball is foul, so that's a second strike on the batter. But the goal is to bunt it to third so the third baseman will field it and throw her out at first, but the runners will be safe at both second and third. She swings away and hits it to the second baseman, who then runs the ball over to throw Rossetti out at second. Kennedy is safe at first, and Donoffi is safe at third. There is now 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Now batting is shortstop Monica Levens.
Now batting shortstop number 8, Monica Levens.
She swings at the first pitch and sends it into right field, a foul ball. That is strike 1 on the batter. The count is now 0-1. She swings at the next pitch, sending it again to right field. Another foul ball. The count is 0-2. Low and outside for the first ball. The count is now 1-2 with one out. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back. The count is still 1-2. Next pitch comes in low for a ball. Brianna Kennedy steals second, and she's safe. There are now runners at second and third with one out. It's very common to see a runner stealing second when there are runners at first and third, because then if the catcher throws it down to second to try to get the runner out, the runner at third would then advance home, scoring for the team. The count is 2-2 on the batter, and there's one out. She swings at the next pitch and fouls another one off. The next pitch is inside for a ball. She swings at the next pitch and sends it to right center, where it will get by the center fielder. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Monica's headed for third. She slides, and she is safe at third, scoring 2 runs for Norristown here in the bottom of the first. The score is now 2-0. Batting next is Sammy Kidd, the center fielder. Monica Levins also hit a triple on her first at-bat at yesterday's game against Plymouth Whitemarsh. Kidd swings at the pitch and misses for a strike. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up to the catcher. It goes back and out of play. There's one out here in the bottom of the first with a runner on third. She fouls off the next pitch. She holds back on the next pitch for a high ball. She swings at the next pitch and sends a ground ball to the third baseman, who throws it over to first and throws her out at first. The runner remains at third. There are now 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Batting next for the Lady Eagles is the catcher, Taylor Copestick.
Now batting catcher number 12, Taylor Copestick.
Taylor swings at the first pitch, a ground ball hit to the second baseman, who throws it over to first to record the third out of the inning. At the end of the first, the score is 2-0 Norristown. Pitching today for the Eagles is Brianna Kennedy. First base is Sarah Rossetti. Second base is Steph Dinolfi. Shortstop, Monica Levins. Third base, Gina Palecchio. Behind the plate today, we have Taylor Copestick. Over in left field, we have Sammy Kampmeyer. In center field, we have Sammy Kidd. And over in right field, we have Natalie Mitchell. In the top of the second now, the score is 2-0 Norristown against the Upper Merion Vikings. Brianna throws a pitch in a little low for a ball. Batting now for the Vikings is first baseman Krista Wellington. Seeing Krista set up so far inside on the plate, you can see catcher Taylor Copestick setting up her glove on the inside of the plate. The point of this would try to be to get Krista to move outside, so then Brianna could then lay a pitch on the outside corner of the plate, and Krista would not be able to reach it with her bat. Wellington swings and misses for a strike. She is walked. There's now a runner on first with no outs.
Now batting third baseman number 39, Nicole Battaglio.
Now batting for the Vikings is the third baseman, Battaglio. She swings at the first pitch and pops it up and out of play. That's strike one on the batter. The count is 0-1. There are no outs here in the top of the second. The ball comes in high and a little outside for ball one. The count is now 1-1 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by shortstop Monica Levins as she almost collides with the second baseman. We see good communication on the field to avoid that. That's the first out here in the top of the second. There's still a runner on first.
Now batting number 26, Anna Blackwood.
Now batting is the designated hitter for the pitcher, Blackwood. She swings at the first pitch and sends it up the middle. It's fielded by center fielder Sammy Kidd as she throws it into her second baseman. Runners are safe at first and second. Now batting is the catcher, Jenny DeZimone.
Now batting catcher number 25, Jenny DeZimone.
She swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. The count is 0-1 on the batter. The next pitch comes in a little low for a ball. The count is 1-1. There's one out here in the top of the second. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught in foul territory by the pitcher for the second out of the inning. There are still runners at first and second. Pitcher, first baseman, and the catcher collided on that one, so we're hoping everyone's all right. Copestick puts her mask back on. She appears to be fine. Batting now is left fielder Nicole Priest. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one. The count is 0-1.
Up to bat, left fielder number 19, Nicole Priest.
Next pitch is low for a ball. The count is 1-2. 1-1. She swings at the next pitch, a fly ball. Caught by third baseman Monica Levins to record the third out of this inning. Going into the bottom of the second, the score is still 2-0 Norristown. Upper Merion takes the field. Batting for Norristown in the bottom of the second inning will be left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer, third baseman Gina Palecchio, and designated hitter Natasha Badowski. Sammy Kampmeyer shows bunt, pulls back and swings, hits a ground ball to the first baseman, which is fielded cleanly, and she is out at first for the first out of the inning. Batting next is third baseman Gina Palecchio.
Up to bat, third baseman number 3, Gina Palecchio.
Gina swings at the first pitch and sends a fly ball to right field. It goes over the head of the right fielder. Gina rounds first and rounds second. She's going for third. She slides in and she is safe at third for the second triple for the Lady Eagles of this game. There's now a runner at third with one out here in the bottom of the second. Now batting is designated hitter Natasha Badowski. Natasha is batting for the right fielder Natalie Mitchell. The first pitch comes in low for a ball. She swings at the next pitch, and it's a strike. The count is now 1-1. There's one out here in the bottom of the second. Next pitch comes in a little high for a ball. The count is 2-1. She swings at the next pitch for strike 2. The count is now 2-2. She swings at the next pitch and is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup now. Batting is the second baseman, Steph Dinolfi. There's still a runner on third. First pitch comes in low and inside for ball 1, making the count 1-0 on the batter. Next pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. The count is now 1-1. Next pitch is a ball. The count is 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second with Palecchio still on third. She swings at the next pitch and sends a fly ball to right center. It's caught by the right fielder to record the third out of the inning. Going into the top of the third, the score is 2-0 Norristown. The outfielders are over in left field warming up before the inning. They return to their positions as they get ready to start. Practice throws thrown down by Copestick to shortstop Monica Levins. Nice throw to practice for a steal. Everyone returns to their positions to begin here in the top of the third.
Now batting second baseman number 6, Erica Davis.
Starting off for the Vikings is second baseman Erica Davis. She swings at the first pitch, and it's a fly ball caught by first baseman Sarah Rossetti to record the first out of the inning. Now batting, right fielder Caitlin Milkey. She swings at the first pitch and sends a ground ball back to the pitcher. It's easily fielded and thrown over to the first baseman to record the second out of the inning. Batting next for the Vikings is center fielder Shunder.
Now batting center field number 18, Sarah Shunder.
She swings at the first pitch and sends a fly ball to center. Center fielder Sammy Kidd runs after it, as left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer directs her on where to go. She is safe at third with a stand-up triple for the first hit for the Vikings of the inning. There are 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Now batting shortstop number 27, Madalena Ganea.
Now batting is the shortstop Ghanayam. First pitch comes in a little inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 on the batter with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Norristown leads 2-0. Next pitch comes in low for another ball. The count is now 2-0. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by second baseman Steph Denolfi to record the third out of the inning. Going into the bottom of the third here, the score is still 2-0 Norristown. Our coaches on the field today for Norristown Eagles: at first base, we have Ashley McCarthy, and at third base, we have Jamie McCarthy. Upper Merion warms up before the inning. Over in the Eagles dugout, the hitting instructors are talking to their batters, getting them ready for this upcoming inning. Leading off for the Eagles this inning is the first baseman, Sarah Rossetti. She swings at the first pitch, a ground ball to third base, who throws it over to first base, and she's out at first, recording the first out of the inning. Now batting is the pitcher, Brianna Kennedy.
Up to bat
She also swings at the first pitch, sending it again to third baseman, who throws it over to the first baseman. Brianna is out at second for the second out of the inning. Now batting is shortstop Monica Levens.
Now batting shortstop number 8, Monica Levens.
Monica takes the first pitch for a strike. The count is 0-1 on the batter with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. She looks at the next pitch. Just called a strike. The count is 0-2. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back. The count remains 0-2 on the batter. In an 0-2 count, the batter must do everything they can to protect the plate, which is when they will swing at anything that could be anything close to a strike. She swings at the next pitch and hits it up the first baseline into right field for a single. Now there's a runner on first with 2 outs. Batting now is center fielder Sammy Kidd.
Up to bat, center fielder number 5, Sammy Kidd.
She swings at the first pitch and sends it foul into left field. The count is 0-1 on the batter. Monica Levens takes off, trying to steal second. The ball is thrown down, missed by the shortstop. Monica Levens appears to be injured at second base after colliding with the shortstop. Seems to be her mouth. Coaches immediately take the field. Monica goes for her helmet. She appears to be all right. Just a little stunned by the collision. The coaches check for blood, because if a player is bleeding, they are not allowed to play due to health factors. So if she was bleeding, she would have to come off the field until they could stop the bleeding. Since she remains at second, she is safe and unharmed. Coach takes the opportunity to talk to his players. Upper Merion coach goes over to make sure his shortstop is okay, also involved in the collision. The coaches are returning. The players return to their positions. And the game is back in action here in the bottom of the third. There's 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter, and a runner on second. She swings at the next pitch for a strike. The count is now 1-2. Shortstop Monica Levens gets a nice jump off a second. Next pitch comes in high for a ball. The count is now 2-2. Second baseman, realizing what a big jump Monica Levens is getting, begins to cover after every pitch in case the catcher wants to throw down and try to tag her out. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back. The count is still 2-2. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up and back out of play. Levens returns to her base at second. The next pitch comes in low and gets away from the catcher, but she knocks it down. The count is 3-2 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. And it's missed by the second baseman. 1 run scores for Norristown. The score is now 3-0 Norristown, with the runner safe at first. Now batting is catcher Taylor Copestick.
Up to bat, catcher number 12, Taylor Copestick.
2 outs here in the bottom of the third, with runner Sammy Kidd on first. She looks at the first pitch, a strike. The count is 0-1 on the batter. Next pitch is a ball. The count is 1-1. She swings at the next pitch and hits it back to the pitcher, who throws it over to first to record the third out of the inning. Going into the top of the fourth, the score is 3-0 Norristown against the Upper Merion Vikings. Playing first for the Lady Eagles today is number 1, Sarah Rossetti. Playing second is number 2, Steph Dinolfi. Pitching is number 9, Brianna Kennedy. Behind the plate, we have Taylor Copestick. Over at shortstop is number 8, Monica Levens. And at third today, we have number 3, Gina Palecchio. The girls are warming up before the top of the fourth here against the Upper Merion Vikings. Catcher Copestick instructs the girls to throw the balls in and that the practice pitch will be thrown down the shortstop, Monica Levens. The girls all return to their positions. Leading off for the Vikings today is first baseman Krista Wellington. Pitch comes in high for a ball. Gets away from Copestick. Next pitch is called a strike. Next pitch is inside for another ball. Next pitch is called a strike. Low and outside, ball 4. The batter is walked. She's now on first with no outs here in the top of the fourth. Now batting is third baseman Nicole Battaglio. Pitch 1 is a ball. The count is now 1-0 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up, back, out of play, almost hitting a car. The count is now 1-1 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It drops in center field. She is safe at first. Wellington safe at second. There are no outs here in the top of the first. Now batting is designated hitter Blackwood. Catcher Copestick takes a moment to go out and talk to her pitcher. Calls the infield in. Outfielders meet at center. This time is used to discuss strategy. Coach McCarthy comes out from the dugout, calls in his outfield players. Third base coach for the Vikings goes over to talk to his player, while the first base coach talks to the runner on first. Umpires should be breaking up the meeting soon. Girls bring it in the middle, ready to go back to their positions.
Now batting number 26, Anna Blackwood.
Once again, the batter is now Blackwood. First pitch comes in high for a ball. The count is 1-0. There are no outs here in the top of the first. We have first baseman Wellington on second and third baseman Battaglio on first. The ball was just hit up the third base line. Third baseman Palecchio laid out for it but couldn't get there fast enough. This is a strike on the batter. The count is now 1-1. Good effort by our third baseman. She fouls off the next pitch. The count is now 1-2. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back. The count is still 1-2. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by center fielder Sammy Kidd as left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer helps her get under the ball correctly. There are still runners at first and second. That is the first out recorded here in the top of the fourth. Now batting is catcher Jenny DeSimone. First pitch comes in low for a ball. The count is 1-0. She pops up the next pitch, and it is back and out of play. It's another strike on the batter. Any ground balls to the infield, they should turn to third to try to get the lead runner at the force at third. Pitch is high and outside. She swings at the next pitch. Misses for a strike. Next pitch comes in low. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it off. Runners at first and second here in the top of the fourth with one out. Norristown leads Upper Merion 3-1. She swings at the next pitch and she's down on strikes to record the second out of the inning. Batting now is left fielder Nicole Priest.
Now batting left field, number 19, Nicole Priest.
She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back. She swings at the next pitch. It's a ground ball to third baseman Gina Palecchio, who tags the runner for the third out of the inning. Going into the bottom of the fourth, Norristown leads 3-0. Upper Merion takes the field to begin to warm up. Leading off for the Lady Eagles this inning is left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer. She shows bunt and pulls back. Watches the pitch come in for the first strike. The count is 0-1. She shows bunt and pulls back again. Swings at the pitch, fouling it back for the second strike. The count is 0-2. Showing bunt and pulling back is a timing technique used by high school softball players. She swings at the next pitch and again fouls it back. She swings at the next pitch and she's down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Now batting is third baseman Gina Palecchio.
Now batting third baseman number 3, Gina Palecchio.
First pitch comes in high and is a ball. The count is 1-0 on the batter here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch comes in low and outside. The count is 1-1. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It drops in shallow left and she is safe at first. There's now a runner on first with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Now batting, seems to be a little confusion on the field. That was a substitution.
Now batting number 15, Jackie DiNcenzo.
Now batting for Natasha Brodowski is Jackie DiNcenzo. She is out at first. The runner advances all the way over to third. Now batting back at the top of the lineup is second baseman Stefan Offie.
Batting second baseman number 2, Stefan Offie.
We have a runner on third. She looks at the first pitch, which is called a strike. The count is now 0-1. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up to left field. It's caught by the left fielder to record the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th, where Norristown leads 3-0. We're in the top of the 5th here, Norristown Lady Eagles against Upper Merion Vikings, where Norristown leads 3-0. First pitch is a ball. Pitch 2 is a strike. The count is 1-1. She hits the next ball, which is caught by the first baseman to record the 1st out of the inning. Now batting is right fielder Caitlin Milkey. She swings at the first pitch. The count is 0-1. She swings at the next pitch, a fly ball to shallow right field. It's caught by right fielder Natalie Mitchell for the 2nd out of the inning. Now batting is center fielder Shunder. Left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer is reminding center fielder Sammy Kidd of this batter's last at bat, where she sent it deep into center field.
Now batting center fielder number 18, Sarah Shunder.
Coach McCarthy also reminds center fielder. Pitch comes in low and outside for a ball. McCarthy moves his outfielders back. You would always rather have your fielder running in to field the ball than running back chasing after it. Next pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. She swings at the next pitch. It's a ground ball to third baseman, who throws it over to first. And she is safe at first. There's now a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting shortstop number 27, Madalena Ganea.
Now batting for the Vikings is shortstop Ghanayam. She swings at the first pitch. Next pitch comes in a little low for a ball. The count is 1-1. Shortstop Monica Levens anticipates an attempted steal. Covers second. She returns to her position. Pitch comes in. It's hit to first baseman. It's fielded cleanly and thrown over to record the third out of the inning here in the top of the fifth. Going into the bottom, Norristown still leads 3-0. Upper Merion warms up, preparing to go into the bottom of the fifth here against our Norristown Lady Eagles. Leading off for the Eagles is the first baseman, Sarah Rossetti. Second will be pitcher Brianna Kennedy. Third will be shortstop Monica Levens. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it over. Strike one on the batter. The count is 0-1. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. She swings at the next pitch, a high fly ball to left field, which is also called foul. The count is 0-2 on the batter. She returns to home plate. She swings at the next pitch, another ball that's backing out of play. Count is still 0-2 on the batter. Next pitch comes in low for a ball. The count is 1-2. Called strike three on the batter for the first out of the inning. Now batting is the pitcher, Brianna Kennedy. There's one out here in the bottom of the fifth. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one. Count is 0-1 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it off her foot. She walks it off and meets her coach to make sure she's all right. Always a painful experience to foul it off the top of your foot where there's the least protection provided by your cleats. She returns to the box with a count of 0-2. Pitch comes in high and outside. The count is now 1-2. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by the catcher. It's the second out of the inning. Now batting, shortstop Monica Levens. Two outs here in the bottom of the fifth, where Norristown leads Upper Merion 3-0.
Now batting shortstop number 8, Monica Levens.
First pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. She swings at the next pitch and hits a ground ball to the shortstop, who throws it over to first. First baseman comes off the bag, fielding the ball, and Monica Levens is called safe at first for the first base runner of the inning. Now batting is catcher Taylor Copestick with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting center fielder number 5, Sammy Kidd.
She swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike 1. Count is 0-1 on the batter. Pitch comes in as a ball. The count is now 1-1. Monica Levens runs down and steals second successfully for the second time this game. Ball gets away from the shortstop and goes into shallow right field. It is recovered. She is safe at second. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Next pitch comes in low for a ball. Shortstop Monica Levens gets a nice jump off a second. The count is 2-2 on the batter. Next pitch comes in high for ball 3. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. She swings at the next pitch and hits a line drive up into center field. Levens rounds third and is heading home. She gets there safely. Meanwhile, Kidd is now standing on second after that ball got away from the catcher. It is now 4-0 Norristown. There's a runner on second with 2 outs.
Now batting catcher number 12, Taylor Copestick.
She swings and sends a fly ball to right field. It's foul and it's the first strike. She fouls off another pitch for her second strike. The count is 0-2 on the batter. Next pitch comes in high and inside. Count is now 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. She swings at the next pitch. It's fielded by the shortstop, thrown over to first to record the third out of the inning. Going into the top of the sixth, Norristown leads Upper Merion 4-0. Norristown Lady Eagles are warming up here in the top of the sixth in their game against the Upper Merion Vikings, where Norristown leads 4-0. The girls move to their positions.
Now batting first baseman number 32, Crystal Wellington.
Leading off for the Vikings is first baseman Krista Wellington. First pitch comes in and is a strike. The count is 0-1. Pitch comes in low. The count is 1-1. No outs here in the top of the sixth. Another low ball. The count is 2-1. She swings at the next pitch for a strike. The count is 2-2. Next pitch comes in high for a ball. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it off to keep herself alive. Called strike 3 on the batter for the first out of the inning. The girls congratulate their pitcher, Brianna Kennedy. Now batting is the third baseman, Nicole Battaglio. One out here in the top of the sixth. Pitch comes in low and outside, gets away from catcher Taylor Copestick for the first ball. The count is 1-0 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by the pitcher, Brianna Kennedy, for the second out of the inning. Now batting, designated hitter, Blackwood. First pitch comes in low. It is called a ball. The count is 1-0. Next pitch is a little low. It's ball 2. Coach McCarthy reminds his girls that she's hit up the middle twice already this game. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it off. Count is now 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Next pitch comes in low. It's a ball. The count is 3-1. She swings at the next pitch, and it's a fly ball to left field, which is caught by left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer to record the third out of the inning. Heading into the bottom of the sixth, Norristown Lady Eagles leads Upper Merion Vikings 4-0. Upper Merion takes the field to warm up. The coach sits in for the catcher, who is getting her gear on in the dugout. For anyone just joining us, we're in the bottom of the sixth here at Norristown Lady Eagles Field, taking on Upper Merion Vikings, where the Lady Eagles lead 4-0. Leading off for the Eagles this inning will be left fielder Sammy Kampmeyer. She's seen here using a technique called a drag bunt, which is most commonly used in college softball, but is also seen sometimes in high school. What this is where she starts at the back of the batter's box, shows bunt, and runs towards the ball. It's used by left-handed hitters only to get them a head start running down first base. It's usually used by the fastest left-handers on the team. She bunts it back foul. The count is 1-2 on the batter. No outs here in the bottom of the sixth. She fouls another pitch back. Next pitch comes in low and outside for ball 2. Count is 2-2. She swings at the next pitch, which is a line drive to first baseman Wellington, who fields it cleanly for the first out of the inning. Now batting is third baseman Gina Pellecchio.
Batting third baseman number 3, Gina Pellecchio.
There's one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Pellecchio looks at the first pitch, which comes in a little high and is called a ball. The count is 1-0. She swings at the next pitch and fouls it back for a strike. The count is now 1-1 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch for her second strike. The count is 1-2. There's one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Pellecchio pops it up. It drops in shallow right field, and she's safe at first. Now batting is designated hitter Jackie DiCenzio. She hits that ball up and out of play, hitting a car for a strike.
Now batting number 15, Jackie DiCenzo.
She swings at the next pitch for a strike. The count is 1-2 on the batter. We have one out in the bottom of the sixth. Palecchio steals second. She's in safely. Meanwhile, DiCenzio's down on strikes. That's the second out of the inning. Now with a runner on second, we have batter second baseman Stefanofi. Pitch comes in outside for ball one. The count is 1-0 on the batter. Pitch comes in outside again. The count is 2-0. Outside again, 3-0. Ball four in the same place, and the batter is walked. There's now runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. Now batting is first baseman Sarah Rossetti. First pitch is on the inside corner. It's called a strike. The count is now 0-1. We have Palecchio standing on second and Dinolfi on first. She swings at the next pitch. Lands in shallow center. All the runners are safe. Runners at first, second, and third.
Now batting pitcher number 9, Bree Kennedy.
Now batting is pitcher Brianna Kennedy. She has runners at first, second, and third here in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs. First pitch comes in a little low. It's called a ball. The count is 1-0. All of the runners get nice jumps off of their bases. They all return safely. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. It's caught by the shortstop for the third out of the inning. Going into the top of the seventh, Norristown still leads 4-0. We are in the top of the seventh here at Norristown Lady Eagles home field taking on Upper Merion Vikings. Norristown Eagles lead 4-0. If the Vikings wish to remain in the game, they must score this inning. Lady Eagles are warming up on the field. Brianna Kennedy takes some practice pitches. Coach Jim McCarthy has done some amazing things with these girls in his first year back at coaching.
Now batting catcher number 25.
Leading off for the Vikings this inning is catcher Jenny DeSimone. Count is 1-0 on the batter. She swings at the next pitch. A ground ball up the third baseline is called foul. The count is now 1-1. Next pitch comes in a little low for the second ball. The count is now 2-1. Next pitch comes in low. 3-1 on the batter. No outs here in the top of the seventh. Catcher Taylor Copestick takes a moment to come out and talk to her pitcher, Brianna Kennedy. She returns to behind the plate. Count is 3-1 on the batter. Next pitch comes in for a strike. The count is 3-2. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up. The ball is back and out of play. She swings at the next pitch. It's up the third base line and once again is foul. 3-2 count on the batter. She swings at the next pitch. It's again up the third baseline. This time there's an amazing diving catch by the left fielder, Sammy Kampmeyer, to record the first out of the inning. After seeing the catcher Desimone hit several foul balls over that way, Sammy took a few steps towards the line, making her able to make that play. Now batting is left fielder Nicole Priest. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for a strike. Count is 0-1 on the batter, 1 out here in the top of the seventh. Umpire calls time. They meet over in left field. Coach McCarthy wanted to make sure after that diving play his left fielder's arms were all right. She seems fine and the girls return to their positions. Once again, batting is the left fielder, Nicole Priest. Fly ball to left field.
Now batting left fielder number 19, Nicole Priest.
Pitch comes in low for a ball. The count is 1-0. She swings at the next pitch and misses for a strike. The count is 1-1. Next pitch is inside. Count is 2-1. Strike two. The count is now 2-2 on the batter. There's one out in the top of the seventh. Pitch is outside. There's now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. She swings at the next pitch and misses for the second out of the inning. She swings at the next pitch and pops it up, back and out of play for a strike. She swings at the next pitch, and she's down on strikes to record the third out of the inning. And with that, Norristown Eagles defeat Upper Merion Vikings with a final score of 4-0.